Curt Fullerton. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself, Curt, there.
Okay.
Curt actually owns at least, I think, is 9 clinics you own, medical clinics, Curt?
No. I own 3, but I actually have quite a few clinics that I work with. I sell stem cells and a lot of other medical products to private practice clinics.
Right.
But I own 3 myself. Yeah.
Okay. And when I met Curt at the summit in Vegas, he looked very in shape and trim, and he was probably doing all of the above. Tell us your story, Curt. What happened with you in your life, and how you met us, and what occurred, please.
Yeah. So I'm almost 52 years old. Played college football. Been pretty active my whole life. And when I was 40, I was working in the financial world and living in Southern California, a little bit stressful, and small kids and all that stuff. And I went for my 40-year-old physical, like we're all told to do. And I hadn't been to the doctor in years. And I walk in there and they immediately take off my shirt and start shaving my chest and slapping electrodes on me and doing these EKGs and all this. And my blood pressure was like 240 over 135.
Wow.
I had no idea, because as we know, blood pressure and diabetes is not really something you can feel. So, I had no idea. So it started me on just, full physical, then get me on all the blood pressure medications, all the normal ones, and, got it down a little bit. And then the last 12 years, every year, several times a year, my medications basically stopped working. And I would have these high blood pressure episodes that would land me in the hospital for 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And I've been to every specialist you can imagine, the top cardiologists. I went to the U.S. News and World Report #1 cardiologist in the United States in 2016. And they were doing echocardiograms and they were doing ultrasounds. And I mean, they were doing everything possible to try and figure out what the cause of my blood pressure is. And nobody could figure it out. I didn't have a vein problem, didn't have an artery problem, didn't have a heart problem, didn't have a kidney problem, no adrenal problems, all the normal, it's going to be one of those things, typically. And they couldn't figure it out. And so for the last 12, and then I got into medicine, working in medical device and lab services and owning clinics and, even my own doctors that work for me. And so when PPE happened, I ended up, or I'm sorry, not PPE, COVID. When COVID happened, I ended up talking to this doctor in Germany, and he's like, well, over here in Germany, we've forgotten more about the heart than most American doctors know. So why don't you come over here? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that because, I still got a 12-year-old and I need to live a long time. But, it was going to be upside of $100,000, to go see those people. And, they're not cheap. And I didn't have $100,000. So I'm like, well, let's turn to the naturopathic way. Let's see if that'll work. So I did every diet, I lost 50 pounds. I started, taking shakes and, vitamins and all this other stuff. And, things would work for a couple of weeks. And then, I'd go right back to being where I was. So about 6 weeks ago, I went to Beverly Hills and met with a naturopathic chiropractor who was into functional medicine. And he goes, oh, I know what your problem is. I said, what's that? He says, you've got a toxic liver. He goes, you've got a liver full of inflammation and full of heavy metals, because most doctors, they don't check that. That's just it's just a garbage can for your body. And, that's the waste. And that's never the cause of anything. That's just where the things go that aren't doing well. And so he did this test on me, and sure enough, my liver was inflamed like 17%. And he's like, yeah, your liver's not flushing out the toxins properly into the urinary tract. They're actually going back into your bloodstream and to your heart. And that's probably why your blood pressure is out the roof all the time. And when I say that, a normal day for me, just a Wednesday in the middle of June, my blood pressure was running around 190 over 105.
Wow.
Okay, that's on 6 medications and a patch that gives me 24-hour transdermal medication. So I'm just thinking, you know what? I'm just gonna have to live with this until I don't. And I said, well, how do I fix this liver? And he said, oh, that's easy. He goes, there's this company called Avini. They got this product called Cell Defender. He goes, why don't you go order 10 bottles of it and do it every couple of hours for the first week, and then maybe drop it down to 3 or 4 times a day, or just however it's going. So I said, okay. So I immediately did it, and I met Steve here, and he kind of walked me through the process. And I ordered 7 bottles actually, and I started doing it. And I didn't check my blood pressure for the first 3 weeks because I didn't want to be discouraged. I just wanted to do what Steve here told me to do, and what Dr. Harari told me to do, because he'd had a lot of results with it. And sure enough, the Monday before the event in Vegas, I checked my blood pressure, and the first time I checked it was 122 over 72.
Wow.
And I did it again on my other arm, and it was the same. And I got up, I took my blood pressure device at my house, and I threw it in the trash, and I drove down to CVS and bought a brand new one, because I'm like, well, that's broken. Okay. I mean, they're only $25, right?
Yeah.
So I go down, I buy a new one, I go home, I take it, same blood pressure. And I couldn't believe it. 12 years of doing everything except go to Germany. And so it's been, about 9-10 days now, 11 days. And, this morning was actually 116 over 68.
Whoa.
So, and I hadn't even done the fiber or the nano silver either. So I just did the Cell Defender. So I got those at the event. I'm taking those. And of course I'm ordering the new cardiovascular product that I'm sure will also help. Still don't know the cause of my blood pressure. I'll probably never know. It's just one of those things that it was just unexplainable. But this product is the only thing I'm doing different. And with all the different medications that I've been on, they're just doctors. What they do is they say, well, there's about 15 blood pressure medications out there, and we're just going to mix and match and try to find the right cocktail that works for your body. That's what I've been doing, and it'll work for, like I said, a week or two. That'll get down to 140 over 85, maybe something like that, and I'll get excited, and then it goes right back up. So anyway, as I told Steve, I was never afraid. I'm kind of a go-getter, especially in the medical field. But now, for the first time in my life, I'm afraid of something that Cell Defender will not be available to me someday. And so I'm counting on all of you guys to go out and keep this company alive, so I can keep taking this product. So pretty excited.